Well, hello again and welcome to Roland's Reviews. What a fantastic day for us to get together and discuss the subject matter at hand. Oh my goodness. So glad and honored to be with you on another day that we've been given to be the best person that we can be, as well as help someone else in the process, right? Do me one small favor as you enter the chat room, if you will. Hit that little thumb. That is the like button. If you have a problem finding that, let me know and I will help guide you. Sometimes I have people to send me a comment saying I can't find it. So if you can't find it, that's fine. Just let me know and we'll find it together. And I will do the roll call momentarily. I will um, okay, wait for a few more people to join us. I try to give people a few moments because I know sometimes people are running around, people are busy, and sometimes they miss some of the info and then they have to go back. So I try to give them a few minutes. Um, if you have been watching the channel for a while and you are enjoying the content, please do me one small favor, and I forgot to share this out. Um, and share this with family, friends, coworkers. And if you're not subscribed, hey, that's free as well. Come on and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you have it on all notifications so that you do not miss any. All right. And if you were not here, we had an excellent, oh my goodness, such an excellent um, live chat yesterday. Of course, the live chat was off the chain. It always is. Oh my God. I'm I'm usually up here trying to retain my composure, but those statements that are made in the comment section, I just lose it. I can't. I just cannot. Um, and so if they start again, charge it to my head, not my heart. But just know I am trying my very best to maintain composure and to get the information out to you. But you know who the naughty people are in the comment section. It's always the usual suspects. So get on to them and tell them to stop making me laugh. OMG. Okay, so um, I'm going to choose a liberal tactic. I'm going to pass the blame and not take any accountability or responsibility. I'm blaming it on the people in the chat for making me laugh. Oh, what do you think about that, Tina? Oh my goodness. It's so glad I'm so glad that you're here. And look at the subject matter, and I don't just come on here and talk to you. I want to know what your thought process is as it relates to whatever title that we may be discussing. I want to know, yes, I'm talking, but I like a lot of engagement. I want to know what your thoughts are and how you feel about the subject matter as well. All right. Now, um, I think I have mentioned this to you before, and we have a lot of people who now they're all, they're all upset. And folks, it's like this, regardless of who's in office, are you going to like every single thing that they do? Probably not. Um, but I don't care what these people say. I'll take Trump uh, any day of the week over the Curry Queen. Can you imagine what we would have had to endure um, if the Curry Queen had won? I can't. I can't even fathom it. So tell me what your thoughts are. And okay, we're going to move this forward. Hit that little thumb, the like button, and we're going to get this started. All right. And if you have Facebook, if you have Truth Social, do me one small favor. Share this on Truth Social. Share this on your Facebook page. Bring more people into the conversation. The more the better, the more the merrier, right? And again, sometimes we think that everyone is aware of what is going on, and sometimes that's just not the case. We're all busy. We all have different things that are going on. And so, hey, what can you say, right? Um, I will go ahead and do the, I'll go ahead and do the roll call right now. So tell me what your thoughts are as I do the roll call. Tell me what your thoughts are on this particular subject matter. All right. Now, if you want me to call your name, all you need to do is say hello, or you can, okay, here we go. Or you can send an emoji. It's all up to you, folks. All right. Now, let's see who I see. Florida, how you doing? Of course, Florida, she helps me run this station. She's wonderful. Love you, Florida. DJ, how are you? Tina, of course, is always here, who also keeps me straight and keeps me in line. How you doing, Tina? Bach Mari, how you doing? Musical therapy, how are you? Laurie, Damon, how are you all doing? Dorian is here. U.S. Army retired. Thank you for your service, sir. Music therapy, how are you? Vapa, how are you doing? Where are we? I think I'm getting everyone here. Mayor, how you doing, love? All right. So tell me what your thoughts are, folks. I want to know, you know, how you feel about the people who are now out here complaining, and they are all over social media. I'm like, I don't know what is wrong with these people. Now, why they are out here doing this, who knows? Maybe George Soros is paying these bums. I don't know, but I couldn't even imagine. How you doing, Rican gal? How are you doing, dear? I can I can't even fathom the idea of 4 more years of you know democratic rule. There is no way this country, as we know it, this country would have been done. I'm saying that right now. So tell me what your thoughts are, and we're going to get started. Look at the title. Okay, they may be planted by Tina, yeah, and all of these people that are measure. I mean, it's all over social media. Miss Rowland, I'm being told they were. Or Damon, some of these people are saying they have voted for Trump like 3 times. Um, Robert, I did. I didn't see all of it, but Damon, some of these people are really they are conservative. Some of the ones I watched, um, and they're just upset. And again, folks, regardless of who's in office, you're not going to like everything. And then we know some people will do anything for money. So tell me what your thoughts are. Oh, and before I forget, those of you who were here for last night's video, some of you were asking, if you look in the chat, if you scroll all the way to the top, some of you were asking me about work from home jobs, and I shared several links. I think I told you when I started the channel about approximately 5 years ago, it was during the pandemic, and that was one of the subject matters that I covered a lot, because remember, a lot of places were shut down. That's when gig economy really started to take place. And so if you scroll all the way up, um, I shared several links. I mean, and I can share so many more with you. I just, wanted to give you an idea. If you have a laptop or a smartphone, you can work from home. And I stopped doing those videos when they opened everything back up. But yeah, Robert, did you? Yeah. Okay. U.S. Army, if you could check their bank accounts, I would bet a lot, if not most, were paid for their performance. Yes. U.S. Army, some people will do anything for $1. Damon said, yes, I voted for him 3 times myself. Tina, when President Trump was campaigning, he campaigned on everything that he's doing now. So I don't see the problem. Tina has the first truth bomb of the day. Tina, none of this is new. He told you. So none of this stuff is coming out of the blue. So why all these people, and I'm going to share some of these videos with you. Some of these people are on there crying and, oh my God, and I'm losing my business, and I'm losing this, and I'm losing that, and I didn't vote for this. He told you. Tina just told you. This is nothing new. He told you what he was going to do. Judas got his 30 pieces of silver. Bach Mari. Facts. Dorian, I voted for Trump, and my parents don't even know that. That's okay, Dorian. At least you can say, hey, I knew what he was going to do. He did not hide anything. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to share videos. I'm going to try to keep up. Yes, John, Trump all the way. I knew what I was voting for. And so I'm just going to sit back. What did they used to say? Sit back and let the chips fall where they may. I'm not jumping on the liberal train, because we know that train leads to Hades. And I don't like their policies. So that's not happening. So, you knew what he was going to do, and now you're upset. Okay. Those people protest against him. Okay. Damon, you think so? Yeah, some of them were probably paid. Oh, how you doing, Tijuana border jumper? That's okay, Tijuana. You're here. You're fine, dear. Donna, you're fine. We're just talking about, tell us, Donna, tell us, Tijuana border jumper, what your thoughts are about the people. Some of these people saying they voted for Trump 3 times, and they're all over social media. They're crying. They're upset. And my business has been destroyed, and I'm losing my farm. All of these things that they're crying and complaining about. Dorian said, I voted for Trump because I knew Kamala wasn't going to win. Dorian, I was never going. It was either Trump or the couch. I was never going to vote for a Democrat. Never. Tijuana, I'm not either. We knew what we were getting into. He told you what he was going to do. So if you're upset now, sucks to be you. He told you. This is nothing out of left field. So let me start the first video. And of course, the lunatic liberals, they are eating this up. They are going and they are putting a microphone in front of anyone who has the voice of discontent. So let's see what they're saying here. How you doing, Aurelius? Hit the like button for me, folks, and please share this stream out. Thank you so much.
Buddy David Schuster here. Republican regrets over Donald Trump are intensified. These purported Trump voters say the rising prices, tanking economy, and Elon Musk government mayhem are out of control. To underscore the anger and disillusionment, these folks are literally burning a Trump campaign flag. This TikTok clip, complete with the one-finger salutes to Trump, has racked up more than 3 million views. Recently, in a Missouri congressional district that Donald Trump won by more than 40 points, MAGA Republican House member Mark Alford got blasted by constituents over the Trump-Musk corruption.
Elon Musk and the president have agreed that if there is any potential conflict of interest, today that some people don't believe that would happen.
It's your job
in the next election to elect someone that you believe.
We didn't elect anyone. Remember your oath. You don't represent us. You represent Elon Musk. You're in violation of your oath, sir.
You are in violation of your oath. Elon Musk wasn't elected, they shouted. Similar confrontations have erupted in dozens of other Republican congressional districts.
So this is going on all across America, folks. Like as he just said, different Republican congressional districts. And again, why are they so upset when he told you what he was going to do? Dorian, I know that a lot of Black people would have called me a sellout for voting for Trump, and that's perfectly okay. Dorian, I'm a Generation Xer, so just let it roll off your back. Who gives a care what people call you? No, it's not even that serious. Yes, Aurelius. And so they're again, the leftist lunatics, they're sticking a microphone. Now these, of course, this was at a Republican congressional district meeting, but they're going and talking to anyone who is sowing the seeds of discontent, and they are eating it up. They love it. Let's continue. Yes, Tina, yes.
The angry constituents have included farmers, U.S. military veterans, and even small business owners who say they've been decimated by government cuts and by the elimination of government services. At several federal agencies this week, hackers critical of Trump and Musk penetrated internal communications channels and posted this AI-generated video, apparently showing Donald Trump sucking Musk's toes. According to polling data, the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency funding freezes are now the biggest negative hanging over the Trump administration. Relatedly, Elon Musk's personal approval rating keeps falling.
Just 42% of registered voters approve. Just 39% of independents approve of the role that he currently has. Take a look here, though. What takes the cake? 54% disapprove. 54%, a considerably higher disapproval rating than Donald Trump has currently. As I've said before, if anything is going on right now, it's Elon Musk dragging Donald Trump down.
Donald Trump's own approval ratings are also underwater. And his numbers at this point, 1 month into a new administration, are the worst for any U.S. president at this juncture in U.S. history. But voters cannot take out anger and frustration with Trump in the same way many consumers are doing it now with Elon Musk. And for Musk's auto business, Tesla, the news is going from bad to worse.
And we start off with Tesla in turmoil. The EV stock plunging more than 6% today, hitting its lowest level since mid-November.
Headline, Tesla stock sees massive plunge as abysmal sales figures released. Quote, new data from the European Automobile Manufacturers Association showed Tesla sales in the United Kingdom and the European Union dropped by 45% year over year. And the company's share of the European car market got cut nearly in half over the same period.
The stock has lost a third of its value since setting a record in December.
On top of people not buying Tesla cars and Cybertrucks thanks to the Musk stink factor, existing owners are flooding the airwaves in Europe and North America with their desires to sell Tesla vehicles they already own.
Alain Roy absolutely loves his Tesla Model Y, but even though it's packed full of high-tech features, the South Shore resident can't stand driving it anymore.
I didn't like the car. It's Musk that I don't like.
Roy has a Tesla, his wife has a Tesla, and he was in the midst of ordering a Cybertruck. But his love affair with the company founded by Elon Musk officially ended on Donald Trump's inauguration day, when Musk delivered the infamous gesture that many described as a Nazi salute.
All right, what are your thoughts so far, folks? MAGA Maha, hello all. Look at how he talks. He doesn't even believe the MAGA Maha. Don't they know people don't even look at or pay attention to the legacy media anymore? Like, who cares? Here we go.
That Nazis sign, that was too much for me. Too much for me. I mean, I canceled immediately my Cybertruck, and both of my Tesla are actually up for sale right now.
Musk and Trump defenders acknowledge the aggressiveness of the government budget cuts are generating controversy, but there is also controversy in how the Trump team is trying to sell the budget-cutting efforts. Trump friend Kevin O'Leary was just busted on CNN telling an obvious lie about government audits.
Remember, we've never audited government for 100 years. Never done this before. You may not like it.
Tom doesn't think that's right. Tom, what's your reaction to that? The government's not audited.
Every agency of the federal government, it helps to know some things if we're going to have this debate. Every agency of the federal government is audited by independent inspectors general.
Yeah.
USAID was audited over 60 times last year. And one of the first things that Donald Trump and Elon Musk did was to fire all of the inspectors general. They fired the auditors, and they put in charge this billionaire with his 50 child interns who know absolutely nothing about the federal government. And Kevin, like what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're doing the audits. Why didn't they find all of these discrepancies? Why didn't they find all of these billions of dollars that are being funneled for ridiculous purposes? So yeah, lose me with that. How you doing, Rican girl? So fickle. Waltz did the same salute, this exact same salute. Rican girl, yes. How you doing, Patty? MAGA Maha, welcome. Hit the like button, folks. Share this stream out on your various forms of social media. We will continue.
It might work for a company that makes widgets, because we can do without the company that makes widgets for a few months while you get in there and you restructure it. You can't do that to the FAA.
Speaking of the FAA, many Trump voters say President Trump blaming the D.C. air disaster on diversity was outrageous and sick. Still, Donald Trump has not taken that back. And now the Trump administration is targeting government workers who have disabilities. As Axios reports, Americans with disabilities warn protections are vanishing in Trump's DEI rollback. The U.S. federal government is one of the largest employers for people with disabilities, but DEI purges have already hit accessibility programs in countless agencies. Altogether, from disabled people facing new discrimination to Donald Trump team lies, to Elon Musk eliminating government agencies that are regulating his businesses, public anger across the political spectrum is growing. And Republican members of Congress who are trying to defend Trump and Musk are getting blasted.
When will you stand up to them and say that is enough?
So yeah, music therapy. I said I thought CNN was on the way out, and they are, but they're trying to do what they can to stay afloat. Dorian said, "Bunch of idiots." Yeah, they don't. They're still trying to mislead the American people. No one's even watching them. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for the super chat, love. I just shared some hearts in the comment section for you. Tijuana Border Jumper says, don't believe all this nonsense. All you can do is control is the 6-foot bubble around you. Work hard. I'm not relying on Trump or Musk. No free lunches. Tijuana Border Jumper, you were here last night. That's what we were talking about. We watched the video. Remember Tijuana Border Jumper? We watched Sanfei, the older lady. I call her grandma. You're not supposed to rely on anyone. And that's my mindset, because if you rely on someone, you may be disappointed. Isaiah, how you doing? I'm doing great, love. Hope that you are. Dorian said, if you don't like Trump, America, just leave. Okay, right. MAGA Maha, wow. Yes, they fired auditors who ignored an $8 billion mishandling of funds at the Pentagon. MAGA Maha. So they're saying, well, yeah, we had auditors. Why didn't you find all these billions of dollars that are being found now? Everyone is bought and paid for. That's why. And they do what their superiors tell them to do. U.S. Army retired. It's been proven that Democrats arrive 2 hours early to Republican town halls to get their agitators in the front rows purely for disruption. Same old scare tactics and diversions. MAGA Maha, Tina said, I can't stand it. MAGA Maha, that dude just living the crazy inflections in his voice. All that dude is trying to do is sell you a lemon, acting like it's a Corvette. MAGA Maha. Yes. Music therapy. I mean, if you watch that channel consecutively, you will lose brain cells. Music therapy has it. Yes. I'll continue. And then when I'm done with this video, I'm going to show you all these so-called angry people, all, making all these videos on TikTok and elsewhere, complaining about how horrible it is and how they regret voting for Donald Trump. Some of them for the first, some of them for the second, some of them for the third time. Right, MAGA Maha?
The end result of the fraud and abuse that has been discovered already.
President Trump has issued a lot of executive orders. I think by and large this is moving very quickly compared to other administrations, and I think across the board He's done some very good things. I think he's gotten rid of birthright citizenship.
Illegal as hell.
But what is going on right now today is the House of Representatives and the Senate are totally abdicating their responsibility to take steps on the executive. You stand here and say, I'm not sure about that, or I'm not sure about that. You put up, frankly, some of these slides are very misleading. Let's talk about the Trump tax cut. How much of that deficit in that jump from 22 up was the tax cuts to the incredibly rich people of the world who are now in our White House and dismantling our government? You are an attorney. You are an officer of the court, in addition to swearing an oath to our Constitution, and yet, well, you and so many of your colleagues are just sitting around watching. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens next month.
And that clip was from another Trump-held district. To be fair, it is probably unwise to draw firm conclusions about public sentiment based on a handful of congressional town halls and the crash of Elon Musk's popularity or appeal of his luxury vehicles. Still, there is a palpable anger across the United States now over the aggressive and extreme Trump-Musk efforts. And the anger seems most intense among former Trump supporters who see the Trump team chaos, corruption, and incompetence as a betrayal.
I don't recall this gentleman talking about chaos, corruption, and incompetence during the last 4 years when it would have been warranted. Anyone remember hearing or seeing this gentleman say that? I'll wait. I'll continue as well.
By the way, Elon Musk's odd and callous behavior now seems to be reinforcing his critics' harsh descriptions of him.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
Do you think that calling Elon Musk a dick is effective messaging for confronting what is a potentially irreversible transformation of the U.S. government?
Well, he is a dick. He's also the world's richest man. He was the biggest political donor in the last election. He has billions of dollars in conflicts of interest, and we know that he is leading a power grab, also abided by and encouraged by Donald Trump and, of course, the chairwoman, Congresswoman Green.
After those comments, we went into exactly what Elon Musk is trying to do, dismantling the Department of Labor, dismantling the Department of Education, dismantling all of our consumer protection agencies. And so it's all important, but it's also important to get the attention of the American public and call Elon Musk out for what he is.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Josie, who writes, Representative Garcia is correct. You gotta fight fire with fire. Indeed.
So anyway, folks, yeah, that's why they're on the way out, right? So I wanted to share that. Okay, and I'll stop sharing that, but let me get back to the comments. Music therapy, yes. Beverly, how you doing? Jackie, how you doing, love? Jackie says, what did Jackie say? Hey, these protests are paid, AstroTurf, yeah. Aurelius, Bach said she had a Karen here. Aurelius, they're just upset because they got caught stealing all this money, and they're also scared they might be going to jail. Yes. Yeah, hey, 2024, is gone. 2025 is here, and they are being exposed. Yes. Tina, promises made, promises kept. Yes, Tijuana border jumper. Look into the background of the complainers. See what their past history is and who they supported before they claim they voted for President Trump. Okay, good point, Tijuana. She's going to feel silly when she gets a tax cut on her Social Security, right? And she'll go crawl into a corner and never come back and apologize. Music therapy, Aurelius, that diversion, distraction tactic is so old and overplayed. Yes, name calling serves no purpose. In Tijuana, we know that's just what they do. Sour grapes. Yes, Patty, they loved Elon when he sided with them. Right. So, flip-floppers. MAGA Maha, Elon is artistic and not a fake artistic. Actually has a mental issue. He has always been strange and said weird things. Okay, MAGA Maha, thank you. How many of these so-called regretters were seen in the hands-off stunt? Okay, good point. Gaslighting at its worst. Yes. Woo, look at all those Karen haircuts. All right, Bach, you behave. Democrats are millionaires and billionaires. Right. And they keep, trying to turn the American populace against, Trump and Elon and all. They keep using the B word, billionaires. You're millionaires and billionaires too. Stop it. All right. So let me share. I have got to share this. So these people are all over social media. Oh my God. And they are a hot mess. They are a hot mess. So I'm going to show you some of them on here. Hit the like button if you're just now joining the chat, and share this stream out if you're enjoying it. Okay. So let's look at some of these people. This is MAGA regret. Voters realize, look at this. Voters realized they were lied to amid economic struggles. So let's see what these people are saying here.
Teachers. It's devastating.
You saying muffled sound? Okay, let me see what's going on. All right, let me see. Hold on. Okay, let me work on the sound here. All right. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Let me get this going here. All right, let's try this. Let's try this again. Sorry about that, folks. All right, now we'll see if you can hear it this time. All right. Let me know that everything is good. Let's try this, and I'll have the closed captioning on. Thank you so much. Okay, music therapy. Let's try it again.
Somebody tell me they're lying right now because of what the f you mean that I'm not gonna get my SNAP benefits? What the f do you mean?
We are possibly going to lose our farm if NRCS doesn't hold up their contract with us on the EQIP program. Because of the executive orders, there's a pause or a freeze on the funding, and they're not able to pay out on the stuff that we completed or anything going forward.
Beyond betrayed. They used us during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party. They actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
I mean, you're an educator. You didn't vote for Trump eliminating federal funds
No, I did not vote for that. I do not think that's what the voters want. If we have federal cuts, then that's going to mean bigger classroom sizes. I would lose teachers, first and foremost. It's devastating.
Many Americans cast their votes in the hope of change, in the belief that they were choosing a leader who would fight for them. But for some, that hope has turned into regret as they come to a stark realization. They were lied to.
Well, hell yeah, we're regretting our vote now. I mean, we didn't vote for Elon Musk. Did y'all even see that press conference in the Oval Office yesterday? I mean, what in the Brokeback Mountain was that? The press are completely ignoring him and directing all their questions towards Musk. And then what was up with his kid being there? I mean, what is this, my two dads? And the kid's just over there like picking his nose and wiping snot on the Resolute desk. Why would he let him do that? I've never seen such a submissive show from the President of the United States. I mean, come on. Here in Oklahoma, we like alpha males that take charge and stand up, not betas who sit there and let some South African guy dominate the entire press conference. Yeah, no, we are not happy one bit with this whole situation. I mean, frankly, it was embarrassing. Me and all my fellow Oklahomans were not impressed at all, and something needs to change because there is only one president of the United States, and it ain't Elon Musk.
I never thought this day will come. Well, I'm gonna regret what I did. I really regret voting for this guy. I'm working on this program for the Sound Power phones batteries. We're researching these batteries for these Sound Power phones, and they cut off our funding. It is really sad. You get to the office and they tell you, we're no longer going to fund your research for these batteries for these Sound Power phones. And, you know, what makes me sad is that these batteries were going to make such an impact on the lives of our deployed troops, especially the sailors out there. These are for vital communications on board the ships.
Lovely Apple made an excellent statement. They will be unhappy. And yeah, some people, regardless, they're not going to be happy with anything. Hit that like button for me, please, folks. And I'm trying to keep up with your comments, but they are coming fast and furiously. Tina, he told us everything that he would put on Elon Musk. Yes, he told us. Yeah. Okay. Music. When you have high president approval ratings, what do you do to undermine it? You create a faction of buyer remorse voters. Yes, I realize all these people are bought and paid for by the awesome Democratic Party. All I see and hear is liberal propaganda. Yeah, Beverly said they're reading a script. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Kelly, how you doing, love? Who else do they demand to give them money? For 4 years, they didn't have any complaints. Thank you, Kelly. You just got in here. You just joined the chat. That's what I'm saying. I didn't hear any of these people complaining for 4 years, as horrible as it was, right? So, Lovely Apple. Most are Latino here in Chicago, but the streets are great. No panhandling. Okay, Lovely Apple. Here we go.
So, I truly regret now my vote. And I hope more people speak up just like I did.
These stories aren't isolated. Across the internet, voices are emerging. Voices of those who once believed, but now feel betrayed. And nowhere is this clearer than in one eye-opening post from Reddit. Let's listen.
I'm a Trump voter. We've been lied to, fellow Americans. As someone who voted for Trump, I thought he would help lower prices. But we've been had. The dictatorship is rising, and America is suffering under his rule. Here are my thoughts as someone who once voted for Trump. Unlike a lot of Trump voters that I know, I could care less about gender politics and the culture war. What path people take in life is their business and their right. I have to feed and take care of myself and my family, and I wanted fair wages and fair prices. Trump and Musk, however, had us fooled into thinking that the Democrats were the cause of all our problems, economy included.
They are.
Their lies painted the left, immigrants, and anything or anyone other than themselves as the bad guys. That in itself is classic bad guy behavior. Through seeing Musk support Nazi groups, give Nazi salutes, and blatantly admit to foul play, I suspected that things weren't what they seemed all this time. Nobody who outright supports an asterisk this could possibly bring anything but trouble. By chance, the algorithm fed me just one post on this subreddit and my eyes were opened. Even with the exclusive monopoly that the ultra-rich have on GOP media, I finally saw through the lies and facades and realized that we're all cooked if we don't do something. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for voting for the buffoons that ruined our lives. I truly feel ashamed, but if my vote alone was different, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. In my defense, I was surrounded by MAGA propaganda, Trump supporters, and family members whose daily conversations were Trump this, Biden that. I had no idea what was really happening until I saw this subreddit by chance one day. I'm not saying that one side is better or worse. I'm not even saying that everything I just said is right, it is just my opinion after all. But Trump had us all fooled. Whether he is just Musk's puppet or whether he is in on the deal, they both have got to go before the economy is ruined for good by rich oligarchs like Musk, Trump, and Bezos. Trump voters may still have their own beliefs, as may all the ones who voted otherwise. But a house divided against itself cannot stand. The rich are everyone's enemy now. And the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So let Americans unite as friends against the injustice being done against America and the Constitution.
Kelly made an excellent point. And this, Kelly, before you joined the chat, I mentioned this earlier. Kelly says, I'm not disappointed in my vote, and these fools haven't given Trump a chance. No, nothing is going to be fixed overnight. It takes time. And again, the same people who are out here crying and complaining, they didn't say anything for 4 years. He can't fix everything in a few months. That's not how that works. He has a lot to undo. So Beverly, how you doing, Beverly? Let me finish this. Vipa. Yes, the Dems talking point. Blame the well. Patty. The Dems are still acting like they are so poverty stricken and blaming, they keep using the B word, billionaire, rich billionaires and oligarchs. Guess what? You're not poor. They're talking as if they're poverty stricken. They need to stop it. Play the violin. Bach is playing the violin. Thank you, Bach. Let me finish this, and then I'm going to show you some people who are crying and complaining again. All right, so we're going to get rid of this. But yeah, it takes time, and you knew what you were voting for. He told you. So, in the words of Flo from Alice, stow it. And some people, regardless of what you do, they're never going to be happy. So forget it. Lovely Apple. The white farmers are crying loud, but for decades, black farmers lost everything, got no subsidies. So guess what? Now they're going to feel it the same. God is showing himself. That's from Lovely Apple. Lisa said they earned that money. Lisa, you know where we're going with this. Yes, 500, I'm sure, a person. Music therapy. Oh boy. So yeah, if you're not willing, I think who said that? Kelly said, you haven't given him time. And yes, there will be bumps in the road. Nothing is 100% foolproof. And if you make a mistake, boom, you try to go back and fix it. Lanita, DEM created propaganda. Democrats created propaganda waving a trick bag for dummies to follow. They love the cosplay victim whining. Lanita, yes. Maga Maha, this is just fake on the screen. Look at the title over my dead body. Oh, yeah. April 20th, he'll only be president for 3 months, and he's doing everything he said he'd do on the campaign trail. Right. So if he told you what he was going to do and you still voted for him and now you're upset, you're the idiot. He told you. So let's listen to this guy and some others.
And it's happening fast.
Let me get rid of the commercial. Okay, here we go.
And it's happening fast. I'm getting a lot of messages from people who say, I'm a Republican, I'm a Trump supporter, but I want labor rights. And they're asking me for help with the problem they're having now that Trump is really attacking the federal workforce, and they're scared. The hypocrisy. How dare you come to me for help when you have spent the past 12 years of Trump's career violently and viciously attacking.
So this guy, let me tell you about this guy. This guy's a liberal, so there are people going on his page on TikTok, people who voted for Trump. So now he's like, that's your fault. You voted for him. So let's finish listening to him. Patty said, Chat GPT probably spits that out if you ask for non-Trump propaganda. Yeah. Woo! Let's listen to this crap. So this guy, he's ecstatic, well, let's listen to him.
Anyone who doesn't look like you, violently and viciously attacking labor rights when every expert in the world warned you. And you mocked us. You still mock us when we tell you that what's happening is dangerous. But now that it's finally affected you, as we warned you it would, now you think you deserve special treatment?
Women who voted for Trump, I have a question. Why? And this is not a fight. Try not to get defensive. I genuinely am trying to understand why you made that decision.
My aunt voted for Donald Trump. My aunt is on Medicaid. My aunt is a cancer survivor. She's going to lose her Medicaid. This is exactly what she voted for. Did people think that they were personally exempt from his abhorrent policies?
I'm seeing a lot of Republicans coming on here saying that they regret their vote. Well, you can keep all that because the damage is already being done. You knew exactly what the fuck was going to do because he was saying that out on the campaign trail.
Even the libs are saying he told you what he was going to do. Patty, excuse me, I read that already. MAGA Maha told you that was a blatant lie. When do we get violent or become vicious? Yes, Patty. Yeah, and these people, they don't even know. They're taking what they're being told. They're not doing any research. So we know, take it with a grain of salt. Music therapy. Why? Because he cares about Americans, the American dream, and the right to sovereignty. Yes, here we go.
So don't come on here and say, oh, you didn't know he was going to do these things. Yes, the fuck you did. Because what he said he was going to do, he's fucking doing it. Tell that to the people that's losing their job that you regret your vote. Tell that to the veterans that's losing their jobs that you regret your vote. Tell that to the people that's losing health care that you regret your vote. Tell the people that can't feed their families that you regret your vote. If that makes you sleep better at night, coming on here with your little fast tears and saying that you regret your vote and you think that that's going to change public opinion about you, stupid motherfucker. No, it's not. It's not going to change anything. Because everything that he's doing is because you went out and you voted for him and you put him in office. Simple as that. So don't look for no sympathy from me because I have none for you. You didn't give a damn. You just thought that he was going to hurt black and brown people and you thought that you were in the clear. And you're only coming on here with your fake ass tears because you thought you had white privilege. You thought your white privilege was going to save you. Trump don't give a fuck about you and nobody else. All he cares about for the next 4 years is filling his fucking pocket with money, and he don't give a fuck about you. So you played yourself at the end of the day.
No, he's a Kamala supporter. Oh my God.
I told you so. But you just sit back, shake your head, and watch people deal with the consequences.
What are your thoughts, folks? And this is, this guy, Lanita. Oh my God, it's too obvious. So, and I was going to show you some. Let me get past this to the next. All right. So these people are just some of these people are just.
Congratulations, you won. So why the fuck still bothering the communities that you hate? They lost. Okay? You're getting everything you voted for. He is attacking all those marginalized communities that you can't stand. He's coming after gay and trans. He's coming after the illegals, mainly Mexicans, because really, let's be honest, the illegal stuff is against Mexicans. Let's just clear the air, okay? Because every time we talk about illegal, it's only surrounding Hispanics. It's never that there's other illegal people here. Okay, other races. But we focus in on Hispanic and Mexican. But anyways, then black people are next. Oh, wait. We thought black was supposed to be DEI. So coming after the communities that you cannot stand, that you have a problem with, and yet you're still being hateful. You're still angry. You're still trying to be around those marginalized communities. I don't understand it. Why do you want to be in the spaces of the communities that you cannot stand? It's weird. It's an obsession. It's getting obsessed at this point. And then he's dismantling the government, right? He's getting out all the democratic corruption. It's what you wanted. Mind you, that version is just him basically privatizing it and lining the pockets of the people that basically helped him get voted back in.
This chat is off the chain. Lisa, so educated, can't speak without exactly. You're absolutely right, Lisa. That my sentiments exactly. Box says that TikTok guy probably still has his mommy cut his vegetables for him. Patty, these people are brainwashed. Yes, Patty, they're brainwashed and indoctrinated. Hair buns too tight. That's from Mayor. Tina said this dude is racist. Good. Maga Maha. That's the one thing we're sure getting what I voted for. She has a good vocabulary. I am mad. What I voted for isn't happening right this second. Maga Maha.
But hey, that's not corrupt. That's not corrupt. But it's everything that you guys wanted. And yet here you are still hateful, harassing, and just angry. I don't get it. You should be happy. You should be celebrating. You guys should be congregating in your own spaces together, doing your MAGA chants, and high-fiving each other.
Let's be honest. Trump never hid his plans. His policies were right there for anyone to read.
And we've said that, folks. So all these people who are upset, and I'm not going to play all this. Well, I'll let you hear one more. But let you hear this guy, and then we'll finish it. Okay.
Last few weeks since the election has been a joke. But I like to thank all the people that thought Trump will be the American saviors. Trump has made Americans the laughing stock of the world.
Excuse me, sir. That was Biden and Harris. You got it mixed up. I'll continue.
And he has Elon Musk, where technically is supposed to be the president of the United States, but by law, he can't run to be president, so he allegedly bought the presidency. So, to my initial point, when you hear people say now they are regretting their vote, no, don't regret your vote.
A number of federal employees who voted for Donald Trump are now disenfranchised with him. See, you have an attorney advisor who worked for the USDA, moved his whole family 3 months ago to Arkansas, and was fired as a probationary employee. He was expecting to spend his whole life working for the federal government. You have a recently hired veteran with the IRS who was laid off as a probationary employee, who's upset that they're just taking a chainsaw and getting rid of everybody. You have federal employees who were just 3 weeks into their job and hoped that Trump would improve the economy by creating more job opportunities and reducing inflation, and never expected to go after federal employees. Obviously, they never read Project 2025. She says, if I had known that, I would have never voted for him. This is going to completely tarnish the presidency. This isn't the way that our democracy works, and I don't understand why Trump thinks this is acceptable. Now, it's exactly what he thinks is acceptable. He never cares about workers. We have Riley Cooper, who said she voted for Trump in November because he promised to make in vitro fertilization available for free, and she really wants to be a mom. But in February, Ms. Cooper was laid off from her job at the U.S. Forest Service and now regrets voting for Donald Trump. Of all of those people that I mentioned, the only one that doesn't regret their vote is the IRS individual who's a veteran. What I noticed when I read through these different stories is they were almost exclusively single-issue voters. Now, single-issue voters are routinely the least intelligent and the least informed of voters. If you are voting for one single issue, left or right, you are not an informed voter. You have to understand everything that's going on to the best of your abilities. You can't vote just because of abortion or the economy or in vitro fertilization. You have to vote for the whole package. Otherwise, you end up voting for a guy like Donald Trump, who gets rid of your job.
Liberals don't want to hear the whining.
Yeah, so you see where this is going. Lanita said, notice how so many of these folks have limited language skills and curse a lot. This chick is trying to pull FBA into their legal issues. Yeah. Tina, illegal Venezuelan gang members, illegal Honduran gang members, illegal Guatemalan gang members, illegal Mexican gang members. Good. Lisa, if you want to be left alone, shut up and go do something worthwhile. Man, that's his opinion, which isn't a fact. Right. Why is he looking up script card, right? He needs new furniture in the front row. Florida has playing the smallest violin. Dear Libs, suck it up, Buttercup. 4 long years, possibly 8. Yes. Tina, Jesus Christ is American saving, and God put President Trump in the White House. Yes. Lanita, Uncle Ruckus needs to get his grill fixed. That missing front tooth was bothering me. Lanita, I was thinking the same thing, girl. Woo! Don't, if your grill's not the way it should be, don't have the camera so close. I'm just saying. Oh my God. U.S. Army. The Democrats don't have a grassroots base, so they're trying to destroy Trump's by convincing everyone they are the saviors, not Trump's policies. Okay, that's a good point. I'm gonna pull up TikTok. Oh my God. Oh, woo. They are all over TikTok. Pull this up. And you can see these people. Just some of them completely unhinged. Completely. Then you have some people, they're on there laughing at them. Yes, Tina, they're still talking about Project 2025, like President Trump sat down and wrote it out himself. Let's listen to this. MAGA. If you go to TikTok and type in hashtag MAGA regrets, you'll see all these people on there crying and screaming and cursing about how angry they are about the fact that they voted for Donald Trump. Let's listen.
In 2 weeks, I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote?
I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump.
I voted for Trump, and I regret it now.
As a Hispanic, I voted for Donald J. Trump. Dude, I regret it so much, man.
I am regretting my vote for Donald Trump.
I voted for Donald Trump, and now I regret it.
A lot of people who were like me voted for Trump and have to account for that.
I regret voting for Trump.
So deeply regret my vote for Donald Trump.
I regret voting for Trump.
I was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible. That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now.
What are your thoughts, folks? And again, if you go
In 2 weeks, I'm done.
If you type in hashtag MAGA regrets, you'll see thousands of people on there. They're all saying the same thing. So hey, this is what is trending on TikTok. Lisa said, better get your teeth fixed before your unemployment is taken away. Ouch. Rich B, how you doing? Baldwin Birds, how you doing? Hit the like button for me, folks. Also, share this stream out on your various forms of social media. Thank you so much. Where are we here? Patty makes a good point. TikTok is promoting them because of China. Yes. Rich B, what's the difference between a government job or a private job? There are no guarantees to employment, only guarantees in life or death and taxes. Rich B, facts. Facts, Rich, you just joined the chat, and that's what we're saying. Nothing is forever. And you enjoy the good times, but you don't know when they're going to end. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you so much again for your super chat. I am flooding the comment section just for you with some hearts. Tijuana Border Jumper says, U.S. true MAGA. types don't get emotional. So you know all that is fake AF. They don't do that for clicks and views. MAGA don't feel regrets. Right, Tijuana border jumper. And if they were stupid enough, you knew because he told you, and you still voted. And now you're out here crying and upset and all over social media using profanity. You're the idiot. You're right, true, Tijuana. You're right. Sounds like agitators and unhinged people. Yeah. Yes. So Tina, those folks also believe in the boogeyman under the bed. Let's listen to this guy. He's good. This is funny. I watched this one earlier.
Democrats, you were right. With all this shit going on in the news and with the stock market and this financial war with China, you're right. I'm really starting to regret my vote for voting for Donald Trump. I'm really starting to regret it. Not. That's exactly what the hell I voted for. That's right, DJT. Keep doing it. Keep raising hell. It's going to be tough a little bit, but anything is better than what we suffered for 4 years under Biden and Harris. Oh, hell no. We living the dream right now. And I don't care what them liberals say. I do not regret. And I don't care what those liberals say. I do not regret, not 1 minute, not 1 millisecond, me voting for Donald Trump. So run and tell that, Charles Schumer, Jasmine Crocker shit, Maxine, the Mummy, Waters. I ain't worried about that shit. I'm up here barbecuing.
Oh my God. Woo! So you have people on here also who voted for Trump, and the liberals click on their page thinking, all right, it's someone who's on our side. And then they get to the end of the video and it's like, nope. Woo! Tina, I still think this is all Democrats doing this because they've got midterms. You do have a few people, again, who aren't, giving him time, and they're ready for everything to change overnight. And that's not how it works. And, hey, that's how it goes. Lanita, officer is telling the truth. I'm saying all these people who are so upset, with this fake rage, outrage, or whatever. Oh my God, 4 more years of a Democratic rule? Oh no. So that one was good. I like that one. And here's another one.
If you're a big fan of the F around and find out content, you're going to love this one. Watch.
I voted for Trump 2 times. And I probably will vote for him a 3rd time. I will vote for him a 3rd time. I am a small business owner who is completely getting rocked by the import taxes, the tariffs. I went from a 2.5% import tax to 28.5%. That is absurd. It is ridiculous. It is crippling my business. I am barely surviving for the past 8 years. Was hoping that the current administration, since they greatly disapproved of increasing the tax from overseas, was going to do away with them, but they have not.
What happened? Did your vote to hurt other people backfire and now hurt you? And you want us to feel bad for you? Come on now. Your vote, you deliberately set out to hurt other people that you find beneath you. You, my friend, like to punch down. And on top of it all, you said that you would vote for him a 3rd time. A 3rd time, which is against the Constitution. But hey, you people think you can just do whatever you want. Let me explain the definition of insanity to you. It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I'm sure we've all heard that. And I'm sure you've heard that too. But yet, you continue to vote Republican. I don't know, man. I personally don't feel bad for you, and I'm pretty sure my followers aren't going to feel bad for you either. You have a day.
So anyway, some of the libs, they're on here. Oh, it's just, they love it. for people who, why people come on here telling all their problems, I don't know. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for the super chat. Should have been buying American from the get-go. Tijuana Border Jumper, I'm sending you some hearts. Yes, you are absolutely right, Tijuana. Should have been buying American products. MAGA Maha, these videos happened prior to tariffs. How was he affected? Yeah, so this one, the last video I just paid was 2 days ago. MAGA Maha. Trump only one, there's the only one with the sense to put a definitive end to trans nonsense. Yes, I'm glad he's stopping that too. I'm gonna join hands up. And then you have some of these MAGA, well, so-called MAGA voters who have joined in with the hands-off protests.
With beards, camouflage, military boots, American flags, and pet bald eagle tattoos. Because that's what this is really about. When you look at the demographic of the protests, it's the same ignorant trailer trash, white platinum victim, grievance people that worship the flag more than what it represents. It's this twisted and sick patriotism. It's almost a religion. They worship the flag. They pray to the flag. They have freedom toothpaste and freedom underwear and American flag condoms. And before breakfast, they do the Pledge of Allegiance. And they sing to it. They pray to it. They have holidays for it. But they'll never take a minute to say, when was it great for everybody? I wonder, what did a black person 100 years ago, how did this American flag represent them? I wonder about our Asian Americans that were put in internment camps. How does that flag represent them? How do they see it? How about women when they were treated like second-class citizens? How were they treated? But you don't want to have that conversation, SE Cup, because it makes you uncomfortable. People that look like you and I, white Americans, we have to pull their hoods off and expose them for what we are. This is not our black brothers and sisters' mess to clean up. This is ours. Because in 1787, white slave owners, who were pieces of human garbage, owned black people. And this country was designed for 21-year-old white men to benefit. And they said that black people were only worth 3/5 of a person. And then after signing the Constitution, they went home and had the slaves pick their goddamn cotton. That's why we're here, SE Cup. How about you report on actual history and not white history? How about you get off your place of privilege in your white entitlement and actually report on why people voted for the white supremacist? He wears orange makeup and diapers. Maybe you should report on that. Because maybe, just maybe as a country, at some point, if more people like you and I speak up, and if you use your platform to speak out about the white supremacy in this country, maybe we can then progress. But as long as people like you keep putting your head in the sand and being ignorant and saying it's about policy instead of about make America white again, we're never going to progress, SE Cup. Be better.
I want to...
Okay, so you see, let me see.
With beards.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's enough of that. Jeez. Oh my God. What are your thoughts on these people, folks? OMG. Woo. Bach, thank you, love. We know you have to get back to work. Rich, Biden was Obama's third term. Rich, I said that. Rich, if you go back before you subscribe to the channel, I've said that in several videos. That's why Obama never left Washington. Biden's so-called term was actually Obama's third term. That's why he was pushing hard. He wanted the Curry Queen to win, and he would have had 4 terms. And that, of course, hasn't happened since Roosevelt, FDR. Lanita, here we go. This old white guy really believes he knows what is good for FBA because he says so. Yeah, and you see he's straight from the Democratic playbook, white supremacy. And of course, he went back to slavery and all these other, that they won't let it go. Music therapy. Okay, thank you, music therapy. Nobody needs him to be a mouthpiece. I'm mad. Yeah, if you and if that's all you preach to Black Americans, you were a slave and you're being discriminated against, you can never rise above. You can't rise to your full potential because you are made a perpetual victim. I'm rich. I don't know. MAGA Maha said nuts. Yes. And I have one more video to share with you, and then we're done. Hit that like button. Also share this stream out if you are enjoying the show. And we know this lady right here, oh my God, from iHip News, totally unhinged. She and her partner totally despise Trump. So he can't do anything right. He does nothing right. All right, let's listen to what, and they're also saying even far right Trumpers have turned on him. So according to them, the people are turning on him. His supporters are turning on him. He has no one on his side but Elon Musk. And they have made some horrible videos. And if you're just coming in, there was one, they showed Trump, with AI, you can do anything. Trump sucking Elon's toes. I mean, some memes I've seen, Trump is sitting there with a dress on and lipstick, and he's the woman, and Elon's the man, and they're going out dancing. I mean, they've taken it to the next level. U.S. Army, sorry, I'm not buying what these fools are trying to sell. Oh, no, U.S. Army. But we still need to be cognizant of what they're trying to do. But we know this is a joke. Yeah, this man is an idiot. Yeah. Music therapy, these people are fake, Lynn. Yeah, and some of these people, again, you haven't given the man time. He went into office in January. And he's been working, but it's a process. Nothing happens overnight. So if you're not, all of these people, didn't look like any of these people were in their 20s. So if you're not old enough to understand that, it sucks to be you. Let's see what this crazy battle axe is talking about.
America has fallen into economic.
Let me get rid of okay, here it is.
Fallen into economic disarray. And the leader of that economic disarray, Donald Trump, is also controlled by Elon Musk, who everything that man touches turns to garbage because he is a misinformation machine. And the EU has had it, according to the New York Times. The EU prepares major penalties against Elon Musk's X, and here's why. European Union regulators are preparing major penalties against Elon Musk's social media platform X for breaking a landmark law to combat illicit content and disinformation, said 4 people with knowledge of the plans. A move that is likely to ratchet up tensions with the United States by targeting one of President Trump's closest advisors. Here's the thing. Elon Musk, on Twitter or X, whatever he calls it, he goes in and he tries to stop facts, expertise, real information, and he promotes lies and disinformation. Then he runs around screaming about free speech. This man is a one-man wrecking crew who we see crying around about his Tesla stock. And it is unbelievable what a big titty baby liar he is. You've got the liar in chief and the first lady in chief, both intimately locked together with Donald Trump and his administration. And one thing that we are also finding, and I think this is delicious because all we've heard about is poor Elon, nobody's buying his trucks, his Tesla stock's going to shit because he's a Nazi, because he is firing Americans without cause and illegally breaking the Constitution. So now it is being reported Elon Musk's widely derided Tesla truck now stands alone as the biggest flop in automotive history, according to experts. That brings me great joy. And in my opinion, the Cybertruck is an outward manifestation of Elon Musk and his alleged ketamine hazes. I mean, it's exactly what you would think of on a ketamine trip, I think. The problem is, who are the people buying it? What's their excuse? But moving on, as Doge continues to just run through the federal government, break laws, do unconstitutional things, we find out not only are they getting into all our private information, they are also breaking in and getting private access to therapy records and mental health information of children. Raw Story says one of Elon Musk's Doge team members gained access to highly sensitive data involving thousands of children, including their mental health and therapy records. This is pathetic. Therapy and mental health is such an ongoing issue, and the privacy that comes with it is so sacred to building those relationships. And it is gross that someone the likes of a big balls type person that works for Elon Musk would have access to this. It is repugnant. Everything.
U.S. Army. This chat is making me laugh. OMG. I'm trying to hold it in, but it's impossible. Smart final. This woman is not very pleasant to look at. MAGA Maha. I hope Elon sees this. She just defamed him. You know he'll sue her. U.S. Army said, your opinion is like, you know what type of hole. It stinks. Oh my God. That's okay, U.S. Army. Lanita, all that blonde bleach has gone. Yeah, she is. You can see she has nothing but hate in her being. Music therapy. Lynn, U.S. Army is filling in for Chubbs. That's obvious. Yes, this chat's off the chain. I love it. Here we go. Let's listen to her spew more venom.
About it should disturb every single American and every single pro-MAGA guy that's rah Donald Trump and Elon Musk needs to remember these two men don't give a shit about you, and they have shown it over and over, and it's time you get the message. So one thing that continues to happen because of Trump's ridiculously terrible AI made up tariffs is the stock market is plummeting. Prices are going to go through the roof. What's interesting about this is Fox News. It was so bad yesterday that Fox News, who's had the stock ticker on their air for decades, took it down because it was such a faceplant by Donald Trump. But people are going to start feeling this in their pocketbooks. And even the triple Trumpers who...
Newsflash. Type it in the comment section. Type a 1 in the comment section. If you felt it in your pocketbook the last 4 years, every time you went to the grocery store, every time you went to put gas in your vehicle. I'll continue.
Who are probably going to suffer the most from high prices and inability to access goods, farmers losing their crops and land, they're going to get the message. But here's something very interesting, that even Ben Shapiro, who we all know is as right-wing as you can get, he is in the MAGA right-wing echo chamber, and he is going off on Donald Trump and his tariffs.
President Trump declared that it was, in fact, Liberation Day, his giant tariff policy that he just dropped on the market unilaterally, probably unconstitutionally. Trump's reciprocal tariffs impose hundreds of billions of dollars in new taxes on Americans, be the largest tax increase since the Revenue Act of 1968. One of the biggest tax increases on American consumers in the history of America. And it's going to cost American consumers. It will cost American producers who use inputs from other countries.
Okay, Ben Shapiro gets it. Everyone gets it except Donald Trump, which leaves me to the question of why is he doing this? Is he so incompetent? And then I think what he is so corrupt. And this allows rampant corruption. It enriches the oligarchy. All these stocks go down. The oligarchy can buy into it. Or Trump can say, your company doesn't want the tariff. What are you going to give me for it? It appears to me this is a way for Trump to bring people in and give him power and bend the knee and say, what can you do for me? And then I'll change the policy of the United States. So you have to do something for me to receive it. It is gross. It is such corruption and abuse of a fiduciary duty by a president. It's unmitigated in history. Now we have JP Morgan, who is forecasting at 60% a recession.
Morgan upping its recession odds to 60% from 40% previously, citing obviously the tariffs, the effect on business sentiment, the effect on investment, and the effect on and on consumer price. They said, quote, these policies, if sustained, would likely push the U.S. and possibly global economy into recession this year.
And you know who doesn't have to worry about a recession? You know who doesn't have to worry about prices? Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and the oligarchy that back them. It doesn't.
Oh, so this one, you mean to tell me this woman's out here struggling and she doesn't have to worry? She's worried about something. Lady, you are full of it. Smart Final, you moved it to 3, 4, 5-year CDs. Okay, good deal, Smart Final. Yeah, I gotta get my 401k together too until things stabilize a little bit. MAGA Maha said, wow, I don't think she's actually said a true word the whole time. Exactly. Music therapy. Sorry to hear it, Smart Final. If your financial advisor believes transferring gold CDs that yields you better percentages, happy for you. Yeah. 401k might have lost its value, but you still have it. It will go back up like a home back. Right, Mayor. So I'm trying to wait and see if things are, the markets, they'll eventually stabilize again. Smart Final, I'm my own financial advisor, not going to get any more smarter. Okay. Oh, okay, Smart Final. Let's listen to some more of her lies and venom. I love hearing her spew her venom so we can all laugh.
It doesn't matter to them how much the price of eggs are. Donald Trump has never even been to the grocery store. These people want to bankrupt America because that will dismantle democracy. That is my opinion. That is shared by many experts. It is an absolute shame that so many Americans had to fuck around with Trump 3 times, and now they're about to find out. And the European Union and Canada, they're all going to rally together. China, South Korea, and Japan, they're rallying together economically. Do you know how hard it is to get Japan, China, and South Korea on the same page? Donald Trump's able to do it with his absolute utter corruption. And I just thought this was interesting that the Financial Times says, if it endures Donald Trump's decision on April 2nd, 2025 to enact sweeping reciprocal tariffs on U.S. trade partners, will go down as one of the greatest acts of self-harm in American economic history. They will wreak untold damage on households, businesses, and financial markets across the world, upending a global economic order that America benefited from and helped to create. Donald Trump is an agent of chaos. Donald Trump bankrupted casinos. Donald Trump has filed bankruptcy 6 times. He is no stranger to bankruptcy and going broke. And I believe that what he is doing right now is bankrupting America and Americans so that he can have the power and he can force companies to bend the knee to him, and he should be impeached. And 2 things I want to leave you with. All we hear about is Doge is so efficient. Though we've never seen any evidence, we're being gaslit, but there's no evidence that Doge is finding anything. What we're finding is that Doge is firing people and having to rehire people because they're not efficient. They're not taking a look at what needs to be done and what needs to be cut. They're just bulldozing through it. So it turns out the incompetency of Doge, RFK Jr. is right there with them. So he has, on the ABC News reports, on the heels of terminating 10,000 jobs from the Department of Health and Human Services this week, Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. told ABC News some programs would be reinstated because they were mistakenly cut. This can be avoided. This is the exact opposite of efficiency. Look to see what you're doing. Don't just bulldoze people because you think it's cute and you don't give a shit. Try harder. We demand better. And then just one thing, because I like to leave on hopium and just a little giggle, yet another right-winger, anti-LGBTQIA plus person has been caught. Right-wing anti-LGBTQ plus education activist exposed as a former gay adult film actor, report. Because that's what they do. They try to hurt things like people's sexuality because they want to be them, because they have it in themselves and they're trying to convince themselves. The bigger someone is talking about how bad LGBTQIA plus people are, it is because they themselves are feeling those feelings and they don't like it, whether it be religious or some type of inner child issue. Every time you have a super outspoken anti-gay person, there's always something naughty about gay going on in their head, and it's ridiculous. Come out, join the freedom, be sexually active with whoever you want. You don't have to hide. But again, the right wing, whatever they say, they are doing the opposite. Stick with us for more news.
Oh my God. This chat, I begged you to behave, but did you listen? No. I begged you not to make me laugh, but did you listen? Of course you didn't. Oh my God. Woo! How are you doing, VRJ? We're awfully naughty on this channel. I love it. Even Florida called the woman a witch. So Florida got upset, and she never gets upset. Oh my God! Let me catch up with these comments. Woo! These comments are off the charts. MAGA Maha. Oh my God! U.S. Army said people like this make me regret protecting the First Amendment. Woo! Tina, President Trump campaigned on tariffs. Yes, nothing new to see here. Thank you. MAGA Maha, they always ignore that all these countries have had tariffs on us for decades. Now we say enough is enough, and that's a bad thing. Facts. Patty said this is Democrat deflection. Fact. Mayor, your opinion isn't fact. Yeah. U.S. Army, anyone want to bet this witch is single? You know she is. She just spews venom all day. Every time I show a video, it looks like she sucks lemons all day. And then they're always bashing men, so she can't be married. Florida said, I bet she's fun at parties. Tina, we've been in a recession before Trump ever got into office. Yeah, and they just didn't want to say it, right? VRJ, Trump has talked about this for 30 years, all the way back to Oprah's daytime show. Yes, VRJ 40. Welcome to the channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you are enjoying this content. Smart Final, no one's going to invite this woman to a party. Music therapy, kind of like the man who thinks he's a woman. Okay. Woo, this chat. Woo. Where are we? That was not, yeah, U.S. Army. This, I ain't gonna stop. Don't stop, U.S. Army. We want you to continue to be who you are. We love it. Music therapy, life of the party. She is not. Yeah, everything is negative. So again, in her eyes, Trump can do nothing right. Everything he does is wrong. Her opinion and experts don't count. American citizens know better. Right. Mayor said she's a snake. Tina, America was on the verge of bankruptcy. Elon Musk saved us from that. Right. But she's never going to say that. And you see, she spews when she's not spewing her venom. You hear her talking about the Democratic agenda. So that's all. They haven't learned anything. What are your thoughts on this, folks? And that's I've shared all the videos that I had to share with you, and I just sit and I just look at this stuff like, what is wrong with these people? They're absolutely nuts. And U.S. Army, no wonder I never heard of this news network. Yeah, because it's all propaganda. And they have millions of viewers, but we know the blue no matter who cult is real, right? That's a lie. Tina said they have shown receipts for everything. Yes, Tina, he's showing them, but they don't want to see it. He's been exposing it on Twitter, everywhere. I click on websites all the time looking at, okay, and I've shared websites here on the channel saying, hey, they found 1 million going to this, millions going to this. Where are we? Oh, okay. So they just are not willing. They're not going to say anything good about the Trump administration. So everything they say is everything is bad, everything is negative. Of course, when the Curry Queen and Creepy Joe, Jim Crow Joe, were in office, life was perfect, everything was great. I didn't hear these ladies talking about the high price of gas, the overpriced rent, uh, high cost of grocery. They said nothing. Everything was perfect for them. Tina, right? Tina. And you see, every show they mention the Alphabet Mafia. Every show. U.S. Army. Yeah. U.S. Army. You don't want to hear about their channel. They are, all they do is spew venom. But I share it with you so you can see, what the lunatic left is doing. And so, especially when it's trending on, TikTok and X, Twitter, Facebook. So I try to, even though we, I bring it, come here, we talk about it, we have a laugh. That's what is trending on social media. And so I come on here and share it with you, and we get a good laugh out of it. And God knows, I split my side because U.S. Army won't behave. Chubbs isn't here. He normally doesn't behave. Ruby's not here. She doesn't behave. And today you got poor little Florida in the mix. Oh my God. Laurie, she needs to go to Shady Pines with the other Democrats. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God. So I hope you enjoyed that, folks. I'll go live again this week. There's so much going on. I don't know, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, unless something, astronomical happens and I need to jump on quickly. But I'll be going live. I think we start our spring break Thursday of this week. So I'll be going live while we're on spring break. I'll be going live too, just about every day, probably. Put her on the fast track. Yeah, music therapy's already sick and tired of her rhetoric. And so that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you. And again, one of my favorite Fleetwood Mac songs. Every time I listen to her and her partner, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. That's all they do. Or Thompson Twins. Lies, 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 yeah. So that's just what they do. Yeah, I appreciate all of you. I thank you. I enjoyed this. This is my my release. This is how I decompress when I prepare for these videos. And of course I have to watch them, and then I'm reading on different websites. I'm like, oh my God, my subscribers, they're going to eat this one alive. And you always do. The comments never disappoint. Oh my God. Oh yeah, music therapy, no problem. I enjoyed all of you. And like I said, I'll be live, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday, something like that, unless something happens where I need to jump on. And I will, right? So everyone have a good evening, and you know where I'm going now. I'm going straight to the comment section to come and talk to you, and I'll stay there as long as you're there. You know me. And if I want to continue to grow the channel, folks, you can help me do that if you share the stream out. Patty, look that one up. I think that's Patty said. Woo! Patty, I don't doubt it, love. I don't. Lisa, make sure you enjoy your spring break. Lisa, yeah, I'll be going live during my spring break. So yeah, I'll be here with you guys. I'll be spending more time with you. U.S. Army, thank you all for putting up with me. Yeah, U.S. Army, we love it. We need more laughter in our lives. We all have a healthy sense of humor. Comic relief helps. Thanks for, yeah, I enjoy it. She's a smart final. She's a Soros girl. Yes. Oh my God. Woo. Yeah. Hey, that's continuing to release endorphins. All right. I love it. All right. So I'm going to go meet you in the comment section. And again, those of you who were here last night that were asking me to share links for work from home jobs, if you scroll all the way to the top before the live started, I shared several links, and I can share more with you. Just let me know if you want to see more. MAGA Maha, continue to tell it like it is. MAGA Maha, share this on your Facebook page. Bring more people into the conversation. I love it. We're trying to get to 14,000 on the channel. So we're still trying to grow, and I can only do that with you and your support. Right, Tina? I can't either. All right, I'm coming to the comment section. Thank you again for spending your very valuable time here at the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. Coming to talk to you right now in the comment section.